Hey guys, my name is Jonathan Reich. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana, and today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more specific than what I typically cover. Typically I like to talk about, different accounting platforms, how they can save time, they can save my clients time, and therefore save them money, and just what can really beef up your current accounting stack. And so today's topic is a little bit more specific, it's a little bit more narrowed, but I want to talk about digits first off, and then what you can plug to digits to make it just a much more seamless and powerful engine to do your accounting. A little bit about digits. Digits is relatively new in the accounting space. It's one of these companies that have come out in the last couple of years that just really leans heavily on AI. And then that's the whole crux of it. That's what separates it from all these legacy players like QuickBooks and Sage and Xero. Is a lot of these legacy platforms have been around, and then they had like AI added as a bolt-on, whereas like Digits was built from the ground up to basically save you time and do a lot of that manual bookkeeping, and then it'll surface up the exceptions. You click through and say, oh, this is correct, this is incorrect, oh, I don't know what this is either, let me go call someone and get a receipt. That's what Digits does, and so it helps cut down on a lot of that. So it's a really powerful platform as is, but it can be made better. And it can be made better by plugging the necessary applications to it. And some of these are talked about on Digit's landing page, like what is readily pluggable and readily available to enhance the platform. And so that's what I want to go over today, to make sure that you're getting the most out of the platform. And this can be applicable to a lot of the legacy items, a lot of the legacy platforms too, like QuickBooks Online and Xero and Sage, and because these are like very large companies that exist solely in their niche marketplace to basically reduce the burden on you. So they're not necessarily Digits exclusive, but they really do a good job of plugging and playing and then doing their job to make Digits better. So let's talk about it. The first one I want to talk about is Gusto. Gusto's been around for a while. A lot of companies are very familiar with it. It's just as ubiquitous as like ADP, Paychex. Gusto is a payroll management platform. And so it does have some light HR in there. It does some light benefits. But to me, the most important thing that it does is it helps run payroll. That's because payroll it's pretty serious. I mean, that's why I go to work every day, and that's why most of your employees are going to come to work unless they're just super passionate and they're already retired. Everyone goes to work to pay their bills at the end of the day. And so if you can't get payroll right, you don't have a company. It's that simple. You don't have employees. And so I like Gusto because it ensures that compliance aspect is taken care of, because payroll taxes can be kind of confusing and overwhelming, and there's a ton of remittance that has to happen to different states and the federal government. There has to be withholdings, there has to be correct tax calculations, and Gusto does away with all of it. Gusto takes care of it. You enter your hours, or if your guys are salaried and they're just getting paid $100,000 a year, you can set it up to where it pays the 15th and 31st every month, and then it just runs. Maybe you have to click the approve button once every 2 weeks. It's that easy. And so it'll withhold the taxes, it'll pull the funds from your bank account, it'll remit it to the correct state government, hands off. And that's what we like. These are the types of transactions that CPAs and good accountants should be automating away. Things that don't require critical thinking, things that aren't going to change week over week or month over month. This is that. And so Gusto does a really good job of that. And then it pushes that data over to Digits. And so it creates that journal entry. And that's it. It's in your P&L. You can tag certain things to different departments, cost codes, categories, things like that. Like maybe if your engineering team is working on a project and you want to tag that and track the cost of that project and its labor hours to see how you did on your budgeted versus forecasted versus reality, it can do that. And so it seamlessly plugs. It's really good. It's a great tool to have plugged to Digits. And if you're using like ADP or Paychex or another payroll platform provider, reconsider, just so you don't have to do any API. Gusto is ready to go out of the box. The next one I want to talk about is Plaid. Plaid is as commonplace as can be. So if you're using any bank feed software associated with any accounting platform, you're using Plaid whether you know it or not, typically, unless you just have a direct link to like JP Morgan Chase or some of these larger banks. What makes Plaid neat is it's everywhere. So I've got a client that uses a bank in southern Arkansas that pretty much services farmers. And this bank you can hook up via Plaid, like, and push the data that is coming in and out of their bank accounts over to QuickBooks, which is what they use. And they have one branch. I mean, they're not real techie, if you will. It's just readily available. It's pretty impressive. So, everyone from the big players, like the big regional banks, to Citi, Mizuho, JP Morgan Chase, like, they're all going to integrate with Plaid. And so Digits is no exception. It takes advantage of that. Whatever bank you're using, you're typically going to link it up via Plaid. You log into your bank portal, put your password in, your username, maybe a two-factor authentication, and then you can start to see those bank feeds pretty much immediately. Digits is going to start categorizing those, and then it'll start building out your profit and loss, your balance sheet based off what it finds. You look at the exceptions. It's as easy as that. Plaid also has the benefit of being able to do the same thing for credit cards, but maybe we talk about the next guy, which helps manage those corporate credit cards. So the next one is Ramp. Ramp is really like it's a corporate card expense management platform. And so its use in Plug to Digits kind of depends on where you're at in your business life cycle. If you've got a ton of people, a ton of engineers with cards who are buying things, and you need to be able to track that via receipts and reimburse folks, Ramp was made for you. If you've got one or two guys with like a debit card that's linked to your bank account that's already hooked up via Plaid, Ramp may not make a lot of sense for you. It's probably a little overkill. So if you've just got a couple engineers, you may not need it. But Ramp is readily available to basically push its data over into Digits. And it does a really good job of that. Some of the things that I like about it is it has approvals and memos. And so, any like formal expense approval process, you're going to be able to set up in Ramp. It's going to monitor every card swipe, every transaction. You can also code it with categories, merchant tags, and different like class and department tags, and that data can be pushed over as well. So you're not having to double duty, I guess you could say, and code it in Ramp and then code it in Digits. It's all pushed over as part of the package. And another thing is if like Ramp has an attached PDF or an invoice or something like that, it'll get pushed over to Digits as well. And so you can just drill into your P&L, drill into that fuel and vehicle expense, drill in, you can see the receipt, your engineer needed gas for the company car. It was $27 to get some gas. It's all right there. And then you can back out all the way to the like granular level of the overall P&L, and it's all got its backup attached, ready to go. It's just pretty fluid and seamless. The other thing I like about Ramp is after you get done mapping it and you take the time to set up everything, you have the option of running like dashboards inside of Ramp, and I think that's really it's a really good way to just double check yourself. Is essentially because if you're looking at your spend in Ramp and you're looking at your profit and loss, and the majority of your costs are coming from Ramp with all these different corporate cards and expense spends, you should be able to compare the two and say, oh, well, these are lining up. That means I'm probably in the ballpark of having an accurate P&L. It's just a nice way to double check yourself. If you don't take the time to set it up, no worries. Everything's still going to be pushed over to Digits to where it can be categorized and you can review, and away you go. So I do appreciate that there's basically a two-factor check in there. The next one I want to talk about does not plug as willingly as the other ones, but I wanted to mention this platform just because Digits does have a built-in AP management module. But I wanted to mention Melio because if you're sending dozens and dozens and hundreds of invoices out, you can upload those bills into Melio. Melio is going to use OCR, machine learning, scan those bills, say who it's to, what the amount is, the due date, the terms, all the essential pieces of the invoice. And then you can use Melio's approval chain to review payment amounts. Maybe it's over someone's authorization limit, so it has to go from the senior accountant to the controller to the financial director to the CFO, whatever. However you've got those approvals set up, I really like that. And that's available within Melio. And then when payments go out, Melio is going to track that data, and then it can create a CSV, which Digits can then upload. So that's a little bit more work than Digits having it baked in within the system if you're issuing bill payments out of Digits, which you can do. It just, to me, it's going to depend on the volume. But the reason I wanted to include Melio on this list is because those CSV imports into Digits, they're fantastic. They're intuitive, and I mean, it can take just about any type of data from any source and plug it into the P&L, as long as, of course, you double check to make sure everything is being mapped right. You don't just want to start throwing random CSV files into your accounting system and hope that the AI is smart enough to figure it out. But it does a really good job of that, and I think that's one of the features that I wanted to showcase by calling Melio out. So it beats just paying from the bank or writing a check, because you get vendor history, you get audit trails with Melio, you get approval workflows, and you have the ability to manage cash flow. And I say that because Melio, as an AP platform, you can use your corporate card, you can use a credit card to pay bills to vendors who would not typically take a credit card, and they won't know that you're paying via credit card. So you can stack up points, or if you're in a cash crunch because you haven't gotten your next round of funding or something like that, you can use Melio to kind of to circumvent that and manage your cash flow a little bit better. So it's a decent platform to plug the digits, but it's not one that is plug and play right out of the box. So do keep that in mind if you're planning on venturing outside of the digits platform for your bill pay needs. The final one I want to talk about is on the other end. So we just talked about AP. Now we need to talk about AR, because if you don't have money coming in through the bank, you're not going to have a business very long. Stripe is it's as big as Plaid. It's as big as QuickBooks. If you're taking revenue and your software as a service, you're doing e-commerce, you're probably using Stripe, unless you're using Square. And Square is more tailored for like brick and mortar shops and coffee trucks, stuff like that. So Stripe is just huge. And if you're using digits, you're probably I would say you're a little bit more tech savvy than some of these traditional platforms like QuickBooks, for instance. And so you're going to be able to get the most out of Stripe if you have that mindset. Stripe is really, really good for card payments, ACHs, subscriptions, complex billing, project work, and services. And the reason I mentioned that if you're tech savvy, Stripe is going to be for you is because it's very customizable. And you can set up rules, and you can set up you can set up rules, you can set up how the platform pushes the data over into digits. It's basically your gateway. And so it can bring all kinds of data over from your hundreds or thousands of transactions that may be coming across your bank every single day and push them into digits. With this in mind, though, because Stripe is as big as it is, it's a little complicated and can be a little pricey to use. So the way that I would set up digits to play with Stripe is I would use Stripe for card and ACH payments that are direct from customers. If you're doing some complex billing, you've got complex pricing, maybe contract type stuff, and you have a ton of subscriptions, maybe consider using like a billing tool that's set up specifically for software as a service, like ChargeBee or Paddle. Those are not going to be readily integratable with digits. However, they can be, and I expect them to be forthcoming in the future, and that's because digits has an open API that a lot of platforms are working to integrate with. More on that later, but it is something to consider. And then I would use Stripe for invoicing for like project work and services and stuff like that. So it is going to push a lot of this data over directly to digits. It's got a Plaid-like bank connection. It does a decent job, both digits and Stripe, when they play together, of doing revenue recognition, hitting the right categories. But if you have like advanced multi-element agreements and arrangements, contracts, you are going to want to pay attention to that. You're going to need someone who's a little bit more familiar with ASC 606, just to ensure that your revenue is being recognized correctly, and a lot of like kind of boring stuff like that. Don't just trust the system, be like, oh yeah, I've got them both set up and they talk to each other. You need someone who's in there, who understands mapping, who understands, hey, this is not correct, this is correct, here's why it's correct, it needs to be pushed here and there. That's what we're after. Like, you need a professional who kind of understands what's going on. Digits can do a lot of the heavy lifting, but if something's off and you don't realize it, well, there was no saving you from the get-go. So those are my top 5 platforms that you're going to want to consider using to get the most out of digits. Overall, the platform by itself is kind of a behemoth. It's really strong. It does most things that you would need it to do, but if you implement these applications within digits, your life's going to be a lot easier. You're going to spend less time in the system, less time doing accounting, more time doing reports, more time running the business. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what you're after. So overall, make sure to implement these, and your life will be a lot easier. So thanks for watching, guys.